Please join me in welcoming Ms Yukiko Fujimura. Her speech title is From Closet to the World, From Closet to the World. So, Ms Yukiko Fujimura, would you come up to the stage?
Sure. Thank you, Masters of Ceremonies, honorable judges, and all the audience. Good afternoon. Can you believe you can change your world from a tiny closet? Many of us are driven by dreams, but what if suddenly that dream was taken from you? Today, I'd like to share a story of persistence. Our story begins in 1989. Our protagonist was in junior high school and dreamt of becoming a TV announcer, a difficult task considering only 1 in every 500 applicants was successful. She nevertheless persisted, studied hard, and once in university, enrolled in an announcer training school. Every day, she worked on her voice, her delivery, her presence, and she applied to many TV stations, but rejection after rejection followed. Still, she didn't give up. She traveled across Japan from Hokkaido to Kyushu, auditioning for announcer positions, until finally, success. She was hired as an announcer at a TV station in Sendai. This was 1998, the early days of the internet, and the TV landscape was very different back then. There were fewer stations, more competition, and workers are required to be on premises for long hours. Our protagonist was responsible for a morning news show, meaning her day started at 4 a.m. She read the news, delivered weather forecasts, and made live reports when news broke. This meant her workday would often extend into the late evening. But none of that mattered. She was in her dream job and embracing every challenge as an opportunity for growth. Then she got married, and that's where everything changed. Her husband believed that a wife should stay home and manage household, not an uncommon attitude in Japan in the early 2000s. She repeatedly told him she wanted to keep her job, but when his job required a transfer to a new location, she had no choice but to resign. She begged to be allowed to stay and continue her work, but he refused. What followed were dark days. She found herself in an unfamiliar place with no friends, surrounded by rice fields. Her mother-in-law called for daily check-ins. Since she wasn't earning a salary, she felt guilty spending money. She gave up buying clothes for herself and stopped going for treatment at the hair salon. It was suffocating. The career she dreamed of and worked so hard for was gone. Was her existence now reduced to nothing more than household tasks? She saw no hope for the future. As some of you have probably already guessed, the protagonist of our story is me, and the situation I found myself in was not uncommon for many wives across Japan at the turn of the millennium. I'd like to share with you how my life went from this nadir to me talking on this stage to you today. My first step was leaving the house. I knew that if I asked for permission, it would be denied. So I quietly began searching for internships abroad and find myself in Los Angeles working on interviews with Hollywood celebrities. It was vibrant and fulfilling work, and I began to regain a sense of self. But my husband came, bringing his parents to the US, and for the sake of the marriage, I had no choice but to return to Japan. However, this time, there was a small breakthrough. I was allowed to work during the day as long as I could still prepare breakfast and dinner. It was a step forward, and I returned to a TV station. However, it was a case of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. A few years later, I gave birth, and I was so happy to have a baby, but my husband once again wanted me to stay at home permanently to take care of the baby. Daycare wasn't an option, and the path seemed to be blocked once again. But I asked myself, is there any way I can work from home while raising my child? At this point, the internet had become a larger part of the landscape, and searching online while my baby slept, I discovered the concept of home recording as a voice talent. All I needed was a microphone and a computer. I didn't even need a proper studio. I had a tiny closet filled with clothes that turned out to be the perfect space to absorb unwanted echoes. Additional research turned up something surprising. There was a growing demand for Japanese voiceovers abroad. You might ask why? It's because global companies create commercials in multiple languages simultaneously. So I registered with foreign agencies, leading to new opportunities. Step by step, I connected with clients worldwide. I found myself surrounded by a community of fellow voice actors from around the globe. What's more, I also realized that the pay rates for voiceovers in the global market was up to 2,000 times higher than in Japan. Soon, others began asking me how to break into the international market. So, I started an online marketing school for Japanese voice actors that has helped over 200 Japanese voice talent. My story started in a different age with different opportunities for housewives. Yet, according to Human Capital, there are still approximately 3 million women in Japan who want to work but cannot. Statistics like this are what drives me to share my story. But it's also because I'm the mother of a daughter, and I don't want my daughter to think that even if she works hard and reaches her dream, she has to give it all up for the sake of a marriage. But when I felt like I had no hope, I couldn't have imagined my life today. My voice is now heard at the Palace of Versailles in Paris, in high school English textbooks, and in TV commercials. And all these voices were recorded in my tiny closet. And my husband? Don't worry, he who once opposed my work is now my greatest supporter. Sometimes in life, success relies on the change of mindset, where some people see a closet, others see a stage to address the world. No matter how difficult your circumstances, you have the power to change your life. No matter how others give you harsh words or limiting beliefs, believe in your potential. Because it's your life and you are the one to change your life. With the right mindset, anything can become possible. Thank you.
Thank you for the speech, Ms. Fujimura. Now, let's proceed with the question and answer session. So, Mr. Boshi, please.
Okay, good afternoon, Fujimura-san. Thank you very much for a very enthusiastic speech about your career. I really enjoyed listening to your speech.
Thank you.
Okay, my first question is that, what is your motivation to persist in working?
Because once I worked, I know how difficult it is to earn some money. So I know that my husband is working hard, so it's hard for me to spend his money. And if I stop working, I stop trying, it's easy to give up. But I want to show my daughter how it is to make a challenge. Like, I turned 50 last week, but many people think that 50 is old enough to make a new challenge, but I'd like to make a try, and now I'm standing here.
Wonderful. Okay, so next question is about your current job, home recording.
Yes.
So would you please explain what exactly home recording is?
Yes, thank you for the question. Home recording is make a narration. Like for TV commercials, we have 15-second script, and I record in my home studio. I have a microphone and a computer, and I talk to a microphone, and I edit the audience, and I deliver it to my clients in foreign countries. I mainly work with foreign countries, so I make a record. I record my voice and send it to other countries.
Okay, I understand. So there are a lot of women who are struggling with career and households or raising kids, and sometimes women have to give up their jobs, but still want to work for society. So do you have any messages for those women?
Well, sometimes it's hard, but it is very important to change your mindset. Also, I am planning to launch a scholarship for people who want to work but does not have an opportunity or have the financial difficulties. So I'd like to tell them, if you search online or if you ask somebody, there must be a chance to change your life.
Okay, very good. Seems that time is up. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Boshi and Ms. Fujimura. Please return to your seat. Now we'll have the judging time.